Hello everyone, this is Ishansha and welcome to Z Interactive. I'm really excited today because today is our last lesson and we will be learning animation in this lesson number 20. And also, let's celebrate. Let's start animating in 3D Studio Max. First, we will see the interface of animation inside the 3D Studio Max. You will see on your screen at the bottom there is a timeline here. Basically, this is the timeline where you will put all the keyframe. Okay, so here your animation will start and then you can drag it and your animation will keep on moving along. So this is how you will animate through the timeline. Usually the timeline works the same way you have in After Effects or Adobe Premiere or any animation or video editing software that you have used before. If you have not used it, don't worry because we will go in the detail. Okay, so this is the timeline here. Actually, the whole thing will happen over here and then in other options too. Now, this is the controller of the timeline. If you want to go to the last frame, which is 1000, so you have to press go to end. And if you want to go back to the first frame, so you have to press the go to start. So it will be there. The shortcut here is the home key. Okay. And here is the shortcut, the end key. So on your keyboard, you have home and you have end. So you can press that and you can go back and forth. Other than that, we have here the previous frame. So this will go one frame back and this is the next frame. It will go one frame forward. So the shortcut is comma and the basically your full stop. Okay, full stop will keep on moving you one frame forward and comma will move you back to one frame. So here I have a play button. Okay, now play button, obviously it will just, if you press on it, it will play your animation. If you will press it back, it will pause your animation. The shortcut is / on your keyboard. If you press / on your keyboard, it will play it. If you will press the / again, it will pause it. Other than that, if you will keep it pressed, you will see another kind of play button here. This is called play selected. Now, same shortcuts apply over here, / to pause it, / to play it. Now, what is the difference? The difference is this. This will only play the animation of the selected object. Suppose I have a scene where 4 objects are animating. Okay, but I don't want to see the animation of all the 4 objects. I want to see the animation of a selected object. So I can use this option. So I will select any of the object here and then press this button. So it will only play the animation of that particular selected object. Okay. So this is how it will work here. But I will keep the normal one on. Now, here we have key mode toggle. What it do is that if I press it, you can see that previous and next frame button are now changed to previous key and next key. What it do is that if you press the previous key, so it will not go to one frame back, it will go to the previous keyframe. If I have here 5, 6, 7 keyframes, so it will go to those keyframe. It will jump to the keyframe. So in a while we will see what are the keyframes and how it will work. If I will press this next key, so it will go to the next keyframes. Okay, so it will jump to the keyframes instead of going to one particular each frame. Okay, now here we have the time configuration. So if I will go here, let me uncheck this one. So I will go to the normal mode. Now in time configuration, you will see a lot of different things here. This is where you do the setting for your timing. Okay, first thing is the frame rate. We have here NTSC, we have here PAL, custom, you can change your own. Okay, like 60 frames per second if you want, but I want to keep it film, which is 24 frames per second. Next, I have here time display. So I have here frames, I have here SMTP. Now what does the SMTP do? It will show me the timing in seconds, minutes and hours and those kind of things here. So if I will press OK and move it, it will refresh and you can see that I have that kind of timing here in the seconds, minutes rate. Now, if I will go back here in the time configuration again, so I can go to frame text, and if I press OK and move it around, now it is changed to frame text. What does the frame do? Frame is the same thing as you know. Text is something like a nanosecond or something like a sub-seconds or a sub-timing, like a kind of a thing. Now if you will go to the minutes, seconds and ticks, so it will change to minutes. This one is the minutes, then second, then ticks. Okay, so I will keep it frame as it is. Now here I have playback mode. Now in the playback mode I have real time. Okay, I have active viewport only, and then I have loop. Real time means the actual time that we have over here. In that way it will animate. But if I don't want the real time, I can uncheck it, then I can use forward. So what it will do, it will play everything forward. Okay, if I want it to reverse, so it will play backwards. If I want ping pong, so what will happen, it will go back and forth. But I want real time, I will keep it here. And then these are the speed of the real time animation. 1x means actual speed. This one slow it down more. Okay, this one will speed it up, but I want to keep it as normal as we want. Plus, if you want to loop it, so you can press this loop button and it will keep on looping your animation. Okay, now here I have active viewport only. Now active viewport only means whatever viewport is active, like suppose right now my perspective viewport is active. So if I will play the animation, it will only play in the perspective viewport because this is the active viewport. Now if I want to play on all these viewports, so I will uncheck it, so now it will play in all the viewports. Okay, so that's fine for me. Now here I have start and time animation and end time animation. In the start animation I have 0, so it will start from 0, and then end time is 1000, so it will end at 1000. Thousands, I guess, is a lot. So what I can do is that I can change the 1000 to 100. Okay. Now, if I already have animation here, so what I need to do, I have to press the rescale time also. So the already keyframe which are here will adjust with this ratio. Otherwise, what will happen? The keyframes will remain as it is and it will not change. Okay, because the 0 to 100 is not actually deleting your keyframes. What it is doing is that it only showing you from 0 to 100. The other keyframes are there already, but they are not showing. What you need to do to show them, come back here and change it again. Okay, so it doesn't delete your keyframes. That's the good thing about it. Okay, now these are the length of frame count and current time. Okay, which is showing you whatever you have right now here. But what I have done is that I have changed it to 100. So now you can see the value is changed. Okay. So now I can press OK. And this is my new timing on the screen. Now here we have set key option, auto key option, and we have set key mode. Now this one is what this creates a keyframe on your scene. So you do the animation, press this, a keyframe will be made. Okay, so you have two different ways to do that. Auto key, so automatically they are made, or set key, so manually you have to set the key. Okay, now this is basically for the keyframe selection. Okay, you can manually select from here as well by clicking on them. And this is for your graph and filtering here. So this is all about your timeline here. Okay, and here the small button gives you a mini curve editor. Okay, but we will work on the actual frame editor, so we will not work on the mini editor. Okay, so now let's do a small animation and see how it works actually. Now I will take a sphere from here and create a sphere on the top viewport. Okay, so I want it to be on the base, so I will change it to the base pivot. Okay, I will take my moving tool here. Now I want to animate its Z value. Right now it is 0, okay, because it's on the ground. Okay, let me turn everything into 0, so they all so the whole sphere is on the center. Now let's do set key first, and then we will see how we can do the auto key. So in the set key, I have to press this button. Okay, now whenever you start animation, you have to create a keyframe. Okay, no matter it is auto key or set key, always you have to make a keyframe or set a key in the beginning. Okay, so let's do an animation. I will move this one here. Let me zoom out here. Okay, and move this here. Now I'm not using camera, I'm using perspective viewport. So you have to be careful. If you're using camera and moving the camera with your mouse from here or from here, so that camera will also start animating. So you have to be very careful when you're using camera. Okay. So when your animation mode is on, any one of these, so that particular object will be in the animation mode. So you have to be careful. So this red indicates now the animation is on, and you can see on the viewport as well. Okay. So little bit I will move it here. Okay, and now I can move it up, and then I can press the set key. Now when I press the set key, you can see a keyframe is made. Now what I will do is that I will go 5 frames forward, move this down, okay, and then maybe a little bit forward and set a keyframe. Okay, now I will go 5 frames forward again and move this one little bit here, but not too high, and set a keyframe here as well, and then I will go more forward and then move it here. Okay, and you have to make sure that the Z value is 0 and set a keyframe. Now I know I have here and I have set it 0, but I'm not sure if I have set the 0 on this one. So what I can do, I can toggle from here, click on this button, so it will jump back to each keyframe, because manually if you will go, it will be a little hard. Maybe you will not be on the exact keyframe. So if I will press this button, you can see now it is on this keyframe. Now if I will press it again, sorry, this one, and now you can see I'm on this keyframe, and you can see the value is not 0, so I have to make it 0. Okay. Now suppose if I want to play this animation, let me turn this set key off, so animation will be off. And as all the viewports are active, as for animation, so the animation will play on all the viewports. So if I will press this, you can see that it is playing the animation. Now you will notice that the animation is little faster. So to slow it down, what you can do is that you can stretch these. To stretch this, you have to right click over here, okay, on your timeline, configuration, okay, and you have to press on the show selection range. Right now, show selection range is already checked, so I don't have to worry about it. So if it is not checked, you have to click on it to enable it. Now if I will select all of these, you can see there is a black bar down with one starting end and one ending end. If I move these, okay, so it will speed up or slow down my animation. So if I want to slow it down, so I have to stretch this, and also manually I can change these, like I can move them all, okay, or I can deselect and I can manually move them. Okay, so what I need to do is that you have to deselect all of them because they all were selected. Now I can manually move them. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Now I can go back to the first frame and then play, and you can see the animation is a little slower. So this is how you can animate with the set key. Now how to animate with the auto key? So let me delete all these animation keyframes. Okay, now I'm here and there is no animation, so I have to turn on the auto key. Now when you turn on the auto key, as I told you, the first frame, for the first frame you always have to press this button. That's all. Okay, so let me turn on the auto key, press this button. Now I don't have to press this button anymore, because in auto key already automatically the frames will be made. So if I will go to the frame 10, okay, move it down a little bit here, okay, 0 value, so that it will hit the ground, and you can see automatically this is made. So I'm not pressing this button anymore, only in the first frame here I made it. Okay, and now I will go here, and automatically you can see that it's there. Now I will go down. Okay, you can see automatically it's there. So very quick. So when you're working on your auto keyframe, so it will be very fast. Okay, so every time you have to press 0, then it comes down, so you have to make sure it is exactly on the ground. Okay, so I can go a little bit forward here. go here, then here, then a little bit here, and then here. Okay, so now if I will play the animation, so you can see that it is animating like this. So here you can see it got little weird at some place. So where? Here is fine, here is fine, and here it got a little bit weird because it's moving in the air and it's not going down. Okay, so if I will go here, this is on the floor, goes on the air, and here it should go down, so it's not down here. So that means I have to move this one down, next keyframe, move this one up, okay, next keyframe, so this one down. So basically this is how you can adjust your keyframe. And then this one I have to move it up, okay, then this one I have to move it down, and then this one again I have to move it up. Now if I will play it here, you can see that. Okay, so this is how you will have your animation with the auto key. Okay, now in some cases what happens is that I cannot see how my sphere is moving or any object is animating. To view that, there is an option here, trajectory. What does the trajectory do? It shows you where it is moving, at which part it is moving. So let's see how we can turn that on. First of all, I will delete this sphere, so everything deletes. So I will make a box now, okay, and I will keep all the sides same, okay, 40, 40, 40. And what I will do here is that I will convert this to editable polygon, so I can change its color from all the sides. Okay, so I can go here, so I will take this side and I will go this time to the compact materials, okay, editor, and I will apply here this one, then I will take another one, okay, maybe I will change the color or name of it and choose a different color. So I will do this 6 different times and choose different colors, and change its color to something else. This one I will keep it, I will change it to white instead of keeping it this. Okay, so now I will take the top part and change it to red. Okay, this part I will change it to red, oh sorry, green. Okay, and this part I will change it to this dark color. Okay, the back part I will change it to white, and bottom part here I will change it to black. So now I have all the colors from different sides, and they all are actually different colors. So now this is done. So we will do a different kind of animation here. Now to start the animation, I have to turn on my trajectory so I can see what's going on in actual. Okay, so now here you have this motion button. So if you click on the motion button, you will get all different kind of options here. So here I have one option which is called motion paths. If I click on the motion paths, okay, so you can click on always show motion path. So what it will do is that it will show you the animation path. Like suppose we will turn on the auto key. I will make one keyframe here. go a little bit forward, okay, and then when I will move it here, so you can see a path is showing here, okay. Yellow means that it is slow start, okay, and red means it is fast start. Basically, this is in and out of the animation, ease of your animation, slow in and slow out. So you don't have to worry about it because that will change in the curve editor later on. But first, let's see how the animation works here. So I will move this one quite up, okay, not too much so I can see at least here. Now I will go back or go to 20, okay, move it down here. So now I can clearly see how the animation is working here. And then I will go to 30, I will go here, not too high, okay, then I will go here. So this is how you will know that your animation is basically how it is going. So you will not do any kind of error, okay. So you will already know that where is the path and where your animation is heading. And then I can go down here, okay. So basically it's like a bouncing box which have a different kind of animation in whole part. So it will animate like this, if you will see that here, okay. Fine. Okay. Now one thing is here is that I also want it to rotate when it reaches here, okay. So that it rotates here, then rotates back, rotates here, rotates back. So if I will go to the next frame here, I can take my rotation tool and rotate it, okay, little bit just like this. So it will rotate in this form, and when it comes back, it rotates in this way, okay. So you can see that it starts like this, okay. Basically it should be like this, and here it should be like this. So you have to change in both way, okay. And then when it comes down, it should be like this. So now you can see that it goes here, here, and then it rotates in this way. So you can see that here it will go like this. When it comes down, it should rotate in this way, and when it goes here, it rotates in this way, and when it comes down, so it rotates in this direction, and when it goes here, it rotates in this direction, and when it comes down here, it rotates in this direction, and when it goes back up here, it goes in this direction, and then when it comes here, it should go in this direction. So let's see how the animation is. So if I will play it, so you can see this is how the box is moving around, okay. Now the only issue here is that it's moving, but it's not moving with an actual realistic movement, because if anything goes up, okay, it goes a little bit of like a faster, then it becomes slower, then fast again, then slow, then fast. So here it is okay, that should be slow, 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 but down here it should be fast. So all these keys at the bottom should be. So let's see how the animation now looks like. If I will play it here, so you can see that this is how the animation is working. Okay, so we just made a fast animation, so you don't have to worry about like how it is going or how weird it is moving. But in actual, it is like a animation where you have movement going on and rotation going on. Okay, so two things at the same time. So it is also moving and also rotating. So you can use any one of these at the same time. Now what else we can do here is that when it goes up here, so I can stretch it. I can go here in the scale mode and use the squish and stretch, like select and squash mode. So it will become something like this when you want to like squeeze it, and when it comes back, so we can squeeze it. Okay, so when it's going up like this, so it is scale. So what else we can do? We can use our scaling mode and use this one, which is like select and squash. Okay, so when it goes up, we can make it look more of, you can say, stretched, and when it comes down, it squashes. Okay, so I can use here a view for a local, because local here, what it will do is that it will allow me to change in the direction of this object, its scale and like height. Otherwise it will be deformed. Okay, now when it's going up, so I want to stretch it just like this. Okay, and when it comes down, so I want to squeeze it like this, and then when it goes up again, so I can stretch it again like this, and when it comes down, so I want to squash it. So I will keep on doing that. So in this way it will have a little bit a cartoonish feeling, plus we will have movement, rotation and scaling all at the same time. Okay, so it will, let me turn off the auto key and let's see here. So it will look like this. Okay, so this is how you will have your animation basically, if you want to use movement, rotation and then squash at the same time. Now let's do one thing here. As now you know that you can turn on the motion path to see how it's going on. Let's make a another animation. Okay, and this time I will make the animation from the front viewport. Okay, so what I will do is that I will delete this whole thing, create, and I will use my sphere here. Okay, I will make a sphere, and I can turn on by, it's already on, pace pivot is already on, so I don't have to worry about. I will go here. Okay, and then I will start my animation with this sphere. Now what we will learn now is another way of adjusting our animation, and that is called curve editor. Okay, so I have to make sure that my path is on, visibility, so I can start the animation. So now I can press the auto key, make a keyframe here. Okay, I will go to number 10. Okay, move it somewhere here. Okay, and then I will go to 20, move it down somewhere here. Okay, 0, that's fine. Now I will go up here somewhere here. Now 20, 40 and 0. Okay, that's fine. 50, and I will keep on going back and forth like I did for the others. Okay, now what else you can do is that you can adjust these. Like suppose if they are not in the middle, you can move them in the middle. Okay, so it's up to you how you want it to change it. Now I want all these one to be on 0, so I can select here, press 0 here. They all will be on 0, so that I will make sure that my sphere is moving on actual like a float path. Okay. Now one more thing I can do here is that if you see from 0 to 10, if it goes up, okay, so it should not come down from 10 to 20. The reason is that because it should come really fast, okay, down. So what we can do is that if I will change my speed, so it will only change the speed, but it will not give me the realistic result. Okay, so first of all I will change the speed, and then I will cover and convert these points. Can you see these points? So that from the curve editor. But first let's do one thing. Let's make this more realistic, the animation part here. Now this goes up, but it's not going in this with the same height as it was going from 0 to 10, because now the height is less, so the time should be it should take less time to go up. So I will take this one, okay, and I will move it here. And all of these, what I will do is that keep on changing and giving it a 1 frame difference. In this way I will have something like a realistic change. Okay, now if I will play the animation, so looks fine now, okay, but still it's missing the actual reality of animation. Let me do one more thing here. I will go a little bit forward here and make a very small tiny scene here. Where it goes off the scene. Okay, just like this. So now if you will play the animation, it kind of looks like this. Okay, now what I need to do, one more thing, is that when it goes up I can add one more, as what I did here. Okay, I can stretch it, and when it comes down I can squeeze it. Same thing I can do here, then here. So I will keep on doing that, so it will have something like that kind of an effect. Now as it's getting, so the height gets smaller and smaller, so the squish and stretch gets also less affected. Okay, not too harsh. Now I will keep it normal. Okay, so here what I can do is that also I can little bit rotate it, something like this, and when it comes down I can rotate it like this. Now it will, if it goes up, I can rotate this like this, and then like this. So this way also I can have a little bit dynamic touch to it. So now you can see that animation is a little bit fine now. Now one more thing I can do here is that when it comes down here, I can rotate a little bit here. You will see there is a keyframe here as well, and then here I can do the same thing, and here I can do the same thing here. Okay. And then what I can do here is that here I can make it going in this direction, but when it reaches on the top, it goes straight. Okay. Same thing here. In this direction, when it goes on the top, it gets straight. Okay. In this direction, when it goes on the top, then straight. So it takes a little time in your animation, but if you spend more of your time, so your animation gets more better and better. Okay, so now you can see that it looks more better this way. Now, if you will notice here, there is this path have curves. So when you have this kind of a curve, this shape of a curve, so that means it will slow down at that part. Wherever you have curve, it shows the slowing down part. And whenever you see at like as well over here at the bottom, you can see the curve is there. So that means from at this point it is slowed down, and at this point it is slowed down. So every time it's going up and down, it's all constant slow, like slowing speed. So when it goes up, so you can see that's slow, 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 slow. So when something comes down, it comes with the speed of a gravity, like here. Okay, so it should be fast. So there should be no curve at all. So what we need to do, we have to remove all the curves from the bottom. Okay, so that's where we will work with our like a curve editor, and where you will find it, you will find the curve editor here. So when I will click this button, you can see that I have a curve editor, and there are a lot of things going on. Okay, but you don't have to worry about this, because what it is the like animation of all these keyframes. So we are animating position, we are animating rotation, and we are animating scale. So we are animating everything over here. Rotation we are not animating, only scale and the position we are animating. And in the position we have X position. Okay, X position is just going you can say straight, which is normal. We don't want to change anything when it is going straight. Okay, Y, there is nothing on the Y, because we are not changing any animation on the Y axis. It's not going behind, it's only going up and forward. Okay, so there is no change in the Y. Now if you will go to the Z, you will see exactly the same thing that we have here. Okay, so this is where what we need to change. Okay, if you can see here, it's same, exactly the same. This is, as I told you, is fine, but whatever you have at the bottom have to be speed up. Okay, so I will select everything from the bottom. Okay, also these. So I will select all of them with the help of Control key, and then we have here some pre-made curves. Okay, so I have here set tangents to fast, because when I want it to come down, it have to be fast. So this is for the fast. This is auto. I don't want auto, because right now we are in the automatic stage. I don't want that. This is to spline. Spline means you can customize yourself. This is fast that we want. This is slow. This is stepped. Stepped is basically like on and off, like if you are working on some on and off thing. Okay, this is constant, linear. There is no slow and there is no fast. It will be as it is. Okay, so what I can do, I have to choose fast. I will click here, and then you can see that it has become something like this. Now once it is done, I don't have to change anything in the rotation. Okay, because only rotation I have is in the Y, and then I have scale. So nothing in the scale or nothing in the rotation. Okay, what we only have to change is the Z position, which already we are done with. Okay, now I will press here, and now you can see how it is changed. Now what I can do here is that I can turn off this, okay, path, from here, and I'll go to parameter, so the motion path is hidden, and go out just to see animation from where it starts from here. Let's see how it looks like when we have applied this new change. So now you can see that it is more realistic than before. Okay, so this is how you can do your like you can apply the curves to your animation, and which will dramatically change the way it is animating. So no matter what you are animating, it's always necessary to have curves, because having curves, arcs, basically curves are what they are in the shape of arcs. Arcs and curves are one of the animation principles, okay? And also, if you're working on the cartoon animation, the squish and stretch is also one of the animation principles. So these things, if you will add it, you will have more life in your animation part, okay? Now, sometimes what happens, you want to continue your animation. To continue your animation, what you can do is that you can add loops. Let me delete this one. So sometimes what happens is that you want to add loop in your animation. So let's see how we can add loop in the animation. So I will make a box here, okay, and make it a little bit smaller, like 40, 40, 40 all the sides. I will keep it here, okay, and then let me put this here. Now I will make a simple animation here, and that animation is something like, I will put it here, this box, and I will right click here, convert to editable polygon, and what I will going to do is that I will change its sides color, okay, this one blue, then this one I can make it red, okay, and then this one I will keep it this green, okay, and this one I will make it black, and this one I will keep it maybe this dark green, and bottom one I will keep it as it is. I will not change anything here. So this is why I changed it, so I know it is rotating, and the rotation is working quite fine, okay. Otherwise I will not see the actual rotation. Now what I will do is that I will start the animation. I will turn on my auto key, okay, and then I will make a keyframe here. Now I will go to frame around maybe 10, okay, and then I can maybe I can go to 15 somewhere here and move it a little bit forward, not too much, okay. So it will go in this way. So you can see that it's only going forward. Now in between these two, I will go to these two keyframes in between, and then I will move it up here. So now you can see that it is going up and down. Now what else I can do here is that when it comes down, I want it to rotate, okay, and rotate one time, okay. Let me do one thing. Let me turn on my snap of the rotation, so it will rotate perfectly, and then turn it off, and then I will move it up quite like this. So you can see that it rotates like this, okay. Now I want this animation to loop, so it should rotate more and more, okay. So what I will do here is that I will turn off my auto key here, and I will go to the curve editor, okay. So here's my curve editor. Now first of all, I have a lot of things here, so we have to work one by one, which makes it easier. So if I will go to the position, there is nothing on X, nothing on Y, there is only Z. So I have to animate this one, okay. So I can go here, take this part, okay, and then I have to loop it up. To loop this, you have to go to the editor, okay, controller, and out of range type. Now there are a lot of out of range type. You have constant, you have cycle, you have loop, you have ping pong, you have linear, you have like relative repeat. Okay. So now if I will choose constant and press OK, so you can see that there is no change because we are already in the constant. Okay. So it will not do any kind of change here. But if I will go here back, basically here is the shortcut as well. Okay, you can click here, you will get this. If I will choose cycle and then press OK, so now you can see there is a sudden change. Okay, so if I will play, let me move this here. If I will play the animation now, so you can see that it is moving. Okay, it rotates from here, and then also keep in mind that we are only applying the loop on the Y position. We are not applying the animation on the rotation right now. After this, we will apply for the Y. So it goes forward, the animation normal, but then it doesn't go more forward. What it is doing is that at its own place, it's keep on jumping. Okay, because we have only applied the loop on the Z. We have not applied the loop on the X. Okay. So now if I will go here on the X, okay, let me go a little bit down here and then select this X. Okay, then out of range time, cycle and press. Now we will see how the animation will look like. If I will press here, so now it goes, but you will see that what it's doing, it's actually goes forward and then, just like that. But the animation starts over from where? From its original part, which is this. Okay, so it's only animating from that part. It's not animating from the actual, it's not going forward. Because what does the cycle do? It's repeat your animation from the beginning. So that's why it goes back to the beginning and do the animation. So it's in the cycle mode. So we don't want that. Okay. So what I will do here is that in the Z, okay, I can take this, okay, out of range type. Now let's see what do we have in the loop. So if I will select the loop and press OK, and then same thing I will do the X, I go down, select this, okay, and then loop and press OK. Now let's see how it will work. So if I will play now, so you can see that it's doing the same thing. So to avoid this cycle, what I will do is that I will go back to my curve editor, go to Z, select this, then out of range time and choose constant, so it will go back to normal, and I will do the same thing for the X. I will go down, okay, select this, and then also constant. Now what I will do here is that I will go to Y and try to change something else here. Okay, now we have here cycle, and you can see that the cycle goes back to its normal position here. Okay, now we have the next one, which is loop. So let's apply and see what does the loop do. So first I will do on the Z, okay, then I will go to the X, okay, and here I will do it on the X as well. Now let's see how the animation will work. If I will play it here, so you can see that it is kind of doing that the same thing, okay, because it is animating the actual animation here. Okay, it is also going back and forth. So this is good if for the rotation part, but it's not good for the animation part, for moving forward part. So let's check the other stuff here. So I will go to the Z value here, okay, and then select this one, go back to my out of range type, and this time I will choose the ping pong and see how does the ping pong work. So if I will press OK, so you can see something, a change is appeared here. Same thing I will do here. Select this one, okay, and then use the ping pong, and you can see that some changes there. Now I will see, so you can see that there is same thing it is doing, but it's kind of little different. What it's doing is that it does not go forward, it comes backward then forward, backward and forward. So it is keep on repeating the animation, but it goes forward then backward then forward. So it's like a ping pong, goes forward backward, okay. So that's how the ping pong thing works. So now if I will go to Z again, okay, and instead of ping pong, if I will choose the linear and press OK, so you can see the linear is added, it will not give me any kind of change. So I will choose relative repeat. So if I will choose relative repeat, so you can see it's going a little bit upwards here, okay, and if I will do the same thing to the X, apply relative repeat here, and so it was doing same thing. Now let's see here. So now if I will go forward, and you can see it is doing exactly what I wanted, okay. But one thing you will notice that if I move forward, so you can see that it's going actually where I wanted, but issue only right now I have is that there is no rotation, okay. So I have to do the same thing for the rotation. I have to go rotation here Y, and I will select the Y rotation, out of range type, same thing, okay, relative repeat, okay, and then I will press OK. Now if you will see that the top part is red, when it comes down it becomes blue, so it should be the other colors now, okay, now green, now red, now blue. So this is fine, okay, that means it is going perfectly fine the way I want it to be, okay. So this is how you can do your animation part, okay, like relatively. But right now we don't have that big animation. You will also notice that because of the relative step, it is going forward like this. It's going higher and higher. So we have to little bit avoid doing that, which is in this way it is fine. Otherwise, what you can do is that you can in the Z, okay, what I can do, I can take this one, okay, and I can apply on the Z only, I can apply the loop, okay, and that's all, and the rest I will keep it as it is. So it will not go you can say stepping up like it was doing before. So now I'm fine. So Z axis for the position I will change it to loop, but for the X I will keep the steps as it is moving forward, okay. So for the X I'm using the relative repeat, for Z I'm using the loop, and for the rotation also I'm using the relative repeat, because what does the relative do is that it changes and adds the animation to it like steps, okay. So this is how you can start with your animation for the repetition, so that you can avoid things that you don't want. So I hope this part of the animation is clear. So in the next lesson we will do some more animation, and we will keep on doing some new kind of animation in our next classes. So thanks for all your support and your comments and your likes. If you have liked this tutorial, and so you can click on the like button. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet, and click on the bell icon so you can keep on getting the notifications. And I hope you are doing good at your end and you're learning a lot. So thanks again for the support, and I'll see you in the next class.